Greetings, acolytes of the dark side, and welcome back to our archives. The dark side is home to many abilities that are out of the reach of most Jedi. These destructive powers of force are usually reserved for those who have decided to reject peace and mercy and only embrace aggression and hatred. Some time ago, we did a video talking exclusively about Force Fire and everything that entails with that ability. Continuing this series, we decided to discuss one of the most popular Sith abilities in all of lore, that of Force Lightning. This power is a staple of any Sith worth their metal, and of course has been used many times by Jedi as well as Sith. I may venture as far as to say that Force Lightning may be the undeniable signature of anyone though who has fallen deeply into the powers of the dark side. Many of those who aren't even Sith have used Sith Lightning to great effect. This includes Mother Talzin, the Brother, Abeloth, Joruus C'baoth, and many, many more. So come with us today as we open yet another Sith holocron and discuss the full extent of Force Lightning, including its many variations on color and what exactly this means. Before we begin though, I would like to announce that we're looking for a new video editor. So if you're interested in editing Star Wars videos such as this one and joining the stupendous team, please reach out to the email in the description down below. Now, let us begin. As expertly described by Darth Plagueis, Force Lightning requires strength of a sort only a Sith can command because we accept consequence and reject compassion. To do so requires a thirst for power that is not easily satisfied. The Force tries to resist the callings of ravenous spirits. Therefore, it must be broken and made a beast of burden. It must be made to answer one's will. Force Lightning is the ultimate culmination of everything that the Sith Order believe in. In order to properly summon Force Lightning, one must completely and totally invite hatred into their hearts and direct it towards their target without any sort of hesitation. In The Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker's first encounter with this ability when facing the Emperor, in the novelization, his thoughts referred back to this ability as an abomination for a long while. Luke regarded Force Lightning as an affront to the Force itself. It is easy to see why Luke believes this, as the emotions required to pull off this ability spit in the face of everything that a Jedi should believe in. Originally in Legends, it was first required for one to have been on the receiving end of this ability as a means of taking the energy inside themselves, though I believe that this has been retconned in recent canon material, although it seems to me that Force Lightning is somewhat more potent in those who have an understanding of what it truly feels like to suffer. The effects of Force Lightning can easily range depending on how long the exposure was, or how powerful of a dose one received. Obviously, the short-term effects are usually intense pain, being stunned or unconscious. This is assuming one only took a small burst of Force Lightning though. Longer, prolonged exposure can cause horrendous scarring to the point of deformation, disablement, chronic illness, and of course, death. In some cases, after prolonged exposure to Force Lightning, one can come down with a scary illness called calcification. This was the sudden, rapid deposition of minerals into the bloodstream onto bones. Side effects included dizziness, blurred vision, muscle spasms, and muscle weakness. Luke Skywalker was diagnosed with this illness shortly after his near-fatal encounter with Darth Sidious, and he was ridden to a hover chair and a back-to-therapy tank for quite a while. Many of these after effects come depending on the strength of the lightning, which is usually telling by its coloration. Just like lightsaber blades and blaster bolts, Force Lightning has its own spectrum of colors which many have theorized to associate to its strength in the ability. There is no hard evidence to prove one color's superiority over another's, but we do have some evidence to prove what the strongest may be. The default color was usually blue, as seen by Dooku and many other lower level Sith, even though Sidious also used blue Force Lightning when he was not wielding its full power. Red was another color used and was used by the Son as well as the Sith Darth Tenebrous, Plagueis' own master. It has long been theorized that red was the strongest coloration of Force Lightning, as it has been known to be painful enough to temporarily sever the target from the Force itself. Yellow or orange Force Lightning has been seen used by Darth Maul, but it was also indicative of the Jedi variant known as Force Judgment, as used most famously by Plo Koon. The light side variant of Force Lightning calls upon one's righteous feelings of justice, and is a non-lethal form that is mostly used for stunning, but is not nearly as powerful as regular Force Lightning is. Green is another variant used by Mother Talzin, who mixed the dark side ability with her Dathomirian magic, and Luke Skywalker, who perfected Force Judgment and turned it into Emerald Lightning. Emerald Lightning was the lethal Jedi version of Force Judgment, and Luke used it to kill several Yuuzhan Vong soldiers during one engagement. The next color would actually be Black Force Lightning, which was utilized exclusively by Jaina solo. It isn't known what the strength of this variant is, or what emotions come with it, but she is the only one known to either canon or legends to have Black Force Lightning. However, the strongest, such as Darth Sidious and Bane, have been described as using a blush purple or just purple lightning. One of these have been known to kill or deform targets very quickly, sometimes in just a single burst. Usually those who are hit with Force Lightning crumble to the floor in a heap. However, Sidious's lightning has been known to be strong enough to hurl beings backwards like a force push. Sidious was the undeniable master and champion of Force Lightning, preferring to use Force Lightning more than any other ability or even weapon, including his very lightsaber. It got to the point where Sidious actually used Force Lightning instead of a typical Force push, even on objects hurled at him, because his lightning was just so much faster than his telekinesis, a testament to his profound skill with the ability. We can see the exact thing in action against Master Yoda, where Sidious was so fast with the ability that he caught even Grandmaster Yoda off guard. There are several different techniques that one can utilize with Force Lightning and expound upon it though. The most advanced for Force Lightning is known as the Force Storm. By combining a mastery of telekinesis and Force Lightning, a Force Storm will conjure powerful winds and bolts of lightning from clouds produced simply by the Force itself. The Force Storm was one of the most powerful abilities that could be used by a Sith, and according to Sidious, it was the most powerful. Other techniques included the ability to pull Force Lightning into a ball before launching it at an opponent, known as Sith Seeker. Some masters are able to chain lightning between targets or electrocute the ground to channel it a great distance. Some practitioners, like the likes of Starkiller, were able to electrically charge an object before hurling it at another target, causing the object to explode upon impact. More advanced abilities would include the power to wrap one's body in lightning like a shield to stave off attacks. With so many uses for this ability, it isn't hard to see why it's one of the most coveted powers in all of Star Wars lore, especially by the likes of the Sith. In terms of exactly how powerful it is though, there is a massive debate among Star Wars fans which is more powerful and more useful, that being between Red Force Lightning and Purple Force Lightning. It is widely agreed on among fans that Purple Force Lightning is the most destructive, as instead of just simply killing a subject, it has been known to completely disintegrate them, something that is very rare even for Force Lightning. However, unlike Purple Force Lightning, Red Lightning can actually strip someone's ability to use the Force entirely, and if it is not the most powerful variant, it is certainly the second strongest, being wielded by the entity known as the Sun and in moderation by Darth Tenebris. However, if you look at the pure masters of this ability, such as Bane and Sidious, they both wielded Purple Lightning to its fullest extent, with the ability to completely tear away all of their flesh and leaving behind nothing but bone. Concerning the likes of Black Force Lightning, which we briefly mentioned as wielded by Jaina solo, I believe that this has to do strictly with her bloodline, being one of the only Skywalkers to ever use Force Lightning, besides of course her brother and Darth Kaitis and several others. However, when Jaina produced Black Force Lightning, she was aligned with the light side of the Force, leading me to speculate that Black Force Lightning may be the fullest extent of Force Lightning as used by a light side wielder, and could be the ultimate degree of a Force judgment. But anyway, my friends, now I leave it up to you. What are your thoughts on the many variations of this incredibly powerful and iconic Force ability? And if you were to be a practitioner of Force Lightning, what coloration would you want to use? Again, if you're interested in the editing position, be sure to email me using the email down below. As always, my friends, thank you so much for watching the channel. May the Force be with you, and I hope that you're having a great day.